Welcome back in my rabbit hole. So, you should know this guy by now. If not, don't worry, I'll explain quickly. So, we are in the fourth episode of the Vitruv series that I've been making for quite some time now. And so the first episode was my most beautiful pens, the second was my most durable pens, the third episode was about my most useful fountain pens, and this episode is the grand finale, well, more or less, I don't know, you decide, of the series where I am choosing the pens out of my collection, out of my fountain pen collection, that I think are like maybe Vitruv would have picked, or at least the fountain pens that I think just have his concept in mind the best. So whoever doesn't know Vitruv, this is he's old and he's dead, and he's probably the best known architect historically, because he has written 10 books about architecture and how to design good architecture. And in his concept, he uses three big parts which need to be considered equally for a product, or in his case a house, which is good architecture. So he defines the three parts as utilitas, usefulness, then venustas, beauty, and firmitas, the solidity or durability. And so these three things need to be considered equally for him to make good architecture, but also to critique architecture. He uses these three things. And within these three things, obviously there are smaller things to consider, like, for example, the price, or how it feels, or how it holds up in time, or if it's fitting to the person who's living in the house. Okay, so I have chosen my top 5 fountain pens in this category, and we will start right away with my honorable mention. So my honorable mention is the Pilot Capless in matte black. I absolutely love this pen. I have considered this pen for quite some while before I got it. I bought it last year at Fountain Pen Day, so first week of November, but it got to me in January this year. So yeah, it's just so good. I have considered this before and I wasn't sure if I would like the pen, but then I was at last year's Pelican Hub, and some really nice guy and also another woman both gave me their fountain pen to try, and so I was able to try the fine nib, and she had a normal fine nib in a Decimo, and he had a fine nib that he tuned to be as wet as a medium nib. So I tried both of these pens and I was absolutely stunned by how good these pens wrote, and so I was like, yes, I will get this at Fountain Pen Day for sure. And I was so glad that I was able to test this before, because obviously, yes, we have a lot of I have more fountain pen shops in my area here in Germany, but still most of the brands that I'm interested in, I don't know any physical store that I can go into. So this was a great opportunity then, and it held up. It held up the promise. And so now I even have 2 Pilot Caplesses. One that I got last year, how I just described, this is the matte black, and then I got at the Dutch Pen Show this year the limited edition from 2020 with the guillauche finish. So it's also a black fountain pen, but it has these guillauche patterns here and here. So yeah, and I'm absolutely stunned also by that pen. In that pen I have a medium nib. And then guys, it could be that I ordered a third capless just this week. Yeah, do I need 3 pilot caplesses? Probably not, but I wanted it. And so if you're aware of the price increase in Japan, I think the prices had increased at the 1st of October. As of today, as I'm filming this, it's like, which day is it? The 4th? I think the 4th of October. So the price increase was like 3 days ago, and I was like, I was itchy inside, and I know there is probably also some FOMO involved and everything, but I'll definitely test the pen because I got the LS, the luxury and silent version, which is a bit more expensive than this pen, but I really wanted to try it because I realized at work when I was using this that what I don't like so much about this pen is the clicking sound. So the clicking sound is something that I don't think is very beautiful. I don't know, it's not as satisfying as I was hoping, as I hoped. And so I want to try the LS version, but I'll show that to you as well soon, I guess, or we will see when. But yeah, so because of that reason, because I think the clicking sound isn't as beautiful, this also didn't make the list, but it's my honorable mention. So then I need a sip from my tea. The number 5 on my list, and yeah, it's a very special pen as well for me, but I actually haven't used it as much, so I definitely need to use that more. This is the Leonardo Momento Zero, normal size, not the big size, in Iride. And this material is stunning, and it has some rose gold trim, and I got this from Katawiki. So the Katawiki is a like eBay. You can bid on certain things, and actually Leonardo Officina Italiana, like the company itself, sells their goods over that platform as well, not only through their online store and not only through other retailers, but also on Katawiki itself. So I found this beauty, and this has the La Finis nib, and this was the selling point actually for me. So I saw the photo and was like, okay, that's so stunning, I need to have this. And yeah, so I thought it will for quite some while be my only Leonardo, and then I got another one. Yeah, but this came with this converter, also branded with Leonardo, also with the rose gold here, and I think this pen is stunning. It's not fitting into my autumn mood right now, but that's totally okay. And I mean, the nib is so beautiful. What I find especially beautiful is, like I just said, the nib, the La Finis nib, the new design. And what they also changed about the design was actually beforehand on the body was engraved like Leonardo Officina Italiana, and then the number that the pen has. So every Leonardo is numbered. I think that's just a guess. I don't know if every Leonardo is numbered, but I think at least most of them are. Even if this is not a limited edition, they're still numbered. And now they're actually engraving it on the back of the cap. And it's really faint, and I think it's so much more elegant. I love it so much more, and I honestly waited until the new nib design is on here, and until the engraving is here. So I don't know, I think there's still like old stock with old with the old nib design and old body engravements sold, but I don't know when the change is happening. I think it's happening gradually. Yeah, this medium nib is good and I cannot complain. I don't, like I said, I don't have as much experience with this pen, but it's also comfortable, so it feels good in my hand. The resin also feels good in my hand, and this grip section, it looks weird, but it's honestly it's so comfortable, so comfortable. I like it much more than the grip section on my other Leonardo pen. So yeah, that's my number 5. So next pen is my Lami 2000 with an extra fine nib. So this is the modern version I own. I also own a Lami 2000 from the 80s, but this is the modern one. And well, why did this make the list? Well, I think it was on 2 lists before. So it was at the list with my most useful pens and on the list of my most durable pens, and honestly it's so fitting to me. So I don't think it's the most beautiful pen that I own, for sure it's not, but hear me out. So Vitruv doesn't only say that it's important that it is beautiful, he also says it needs to fit to the person. So when he designed a house, or he critiqued a house, he would say like, okay, this house needs to fit to the person and or to the family and to its stand in society. Well, of course today that's a bit like, okay, we don't have houses anymore. Like, okay, I don't know, if you are a craftsman, you need to have a craftsman house, or if you are a like, you know what I mean, if you are out of a rich family, you need to have like a villa, or like, you know, it's not like this anymore. But regarding my profession, like I'm an architect, and I myself consider myself an architect, which is not as like, oh, I'm a star architect and I need to make the new opera house and I need to do the new museum and I need to like everybody needs to see that I'm the architect of that building. I'm not that way. I'm working in renovating buildings and like yeah. Well, how can I say this? In German, it's much more easy to describe my job, but I see myself more as in like sitting between a lot of people and finding, like seeing problems and solving them. Solving problems, that's my job description, you may say. So I need to be empathic and I need to listen to the people, and I need to find solutions that are fitting to them and also to the old house. So that's how I understand my job. So I'm not the flashy person. I'm not the person who needs to be in the middle of everything and the spotlight needs to be on me. That's not me, okay? That's me maybe on this channel, but not in my day-to-day job. And so this pen, for example, I use this as well in my work. And I think it's just fitting to that. Like, I see myself as somebody who listens, who analyzes, and who finds solutions. So this pen is perfect for me to go to work and to be like in that role. Okay, so then I need another sip of tea because I'm talking a lot. So then, number 3 on this list. By the way, I'm so curious what you thought I would pick. Like, please if you haven't seen the whole video yet, please comment down below, like, I guess my number one is blah 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 or so, because yeah, I'm so curious what you think I picked. But also, what did you pick? Like, what is your best pen in these, like, if you think about like this, like I do right now. So my number 3 pick is the CCO Sport in Natural Coconut. This is actually the plastic version. So why did I pick this one? So first, I think this is more beautiful than the aluminum version. Second, this is the regular edition and not the collection edition, like the limited edition or special edition. And I think this pen, also for its price, I think also the pens that came before, I think for their price, they are also really good value, and this especially. So yes, I know that this is not the regular nib I have on there, but still for a pen, like, I don't know how much did I pay for that? Is it like a bit over 30 euros or so, maybe 35? Is it even that expensive? I don't know. So, and then I got the nib grind from Annabelle Hiller, Open Sincerely, at the Dutch Pen Show, and oh my gosh, I love this pen. It's writing so beautiful, it's sounding so beautiful. I love the sound much more than the sound of the aluminum version, and I like the finish. It's also still understated, and it's a pocket pen, you know, so you actually don't need as much ink capacity or so. I know the converters are you know, but there are some new ones on the market now, so I want to see if I want to get a new mini converter from CCO, but I don't know yet if it's worth it. So I just think this is a really, really, really great pen, and it also holds up. So I wouldn't be afraid to throw this in my backpack. Yeah, it's perfect. It's not working with shimmer inks, not at all. Like, nah, don't do it. I tried Golden Lapis by how is it called? Golden Lapis by Pelikan. Yes, the Pelikan apps. Oh my gosh, it gunked it up so quickly. Nah, didn't work at all. But well, it is what it is, isn't it? Number 2 pick. So we are having a bling bling pen. This is the Buen Euphoria in Jazz, and oh my gosh, this pen is so beautiful. And it's not only beautiful, it also writes beautiful. The resin feels durable. It's like, yeah, I also like the sound of it. And it's also quite comfortable. It's more comfortable than my Briolette model. I don't like the flare up here as much, but I like it's that it is a cartridge converter and that it's so flashy. So this, of course, I wouldn't take with me to work, but for me at home, this is totally what I love, because at home I want to have something that is also the other part of my personality, you know, like there's also a flashy part of myself. There's also a part of me that wants the bling bling, that wants the beauty, that doesn't want to be in the background, but I just want to have fun journaling. So this is just perfect. Yeah, it's durable, it's useful, the nib is good out of the box, and yeah, I just love that pen. And also the price, like, honestly, yeah, it's a lot of value for what you pay. And then my number 1, after another sip of tea. So my number 1 pick is the Twisty Diamond F80. in Smoke Rose Gold. So why did I pick this pen? This pen wasn't, I think, in any of the 3 lists that I did before. In any, I guess. And I was actually surprised when I picked that, but I was like, no, that must be on there, because hear me out. Not only do a lot of people love that pen, but also are they completely right? This pen is beautiful, honestly, to me. It's also more beautiful to me, to my eye, as the TWSBI Eco in the same color, Smoke and Rose Gold. I also have that, and that's also so beautiful. The nib on the Ecos even maybe a smidge better than this one, even a bit more beautiful, but this also writes amazingly. And honestly, I couldn't make it better. Like, honestly, you can see the ink inside. Not everybody's a fan of that, of course, but it slushes around. You have a big ink capacity. I'm normally not somebody who needs that, but this one gives me some safety. You know, it's like you have enough ink. You can write for a while. You do not have to ink up a pen after 5 minutes again. No, you have some time with this. You can take it with you on a trip. I wouldn't fear this to break. I know some people had some issues with their TWSBIs that they're breaking, and so I have not experienced that. I have experienced that with a pen that I had on loan from a pen friend, actually, I think last year or so, and it was a Diamond 580, like a all aluminum version with the ripped grip, and so some ink was coming out between the grip section and the body, and yeah, that was weird, but I myself didn't have any problems with my pens. And I love also that you can clean them, so you can disassemble them, you can deep clean them. In my Eco also threw some permanent inks in there and wasn't afraid. So this is a great pen, and I think all 3 things, like usefulness, beauty, and solidity, are like in a really well balanced in this pen. So, and also for that price, like, honestly, this was like, I think 100 euros more or less. So that's some good value here. Okay, so we have officially closed the series. This was the last video of this like four-part series, and I really hope you had some fun joining me. Stay around if you're interested for some other things that I already posted. If you're interested, for example, in this pen and you want to know more about this combination in particular, I'll link the video here and down below, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. See you soon. Bye.